Super Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that's why I'm staying up.
I need a controller. I thought there was one in there.
Super Nintendo?
We've got one. Where did that come from?
I want to say, there should be about 700 Super Nintendo controllers. And
There's never endings. Anything we need is not
Can we
here.
move the red controller?
Like Future
I don't
Cup.
want to screw things up.
welcome to
I
Lucas.
don't want to touch anything and break it.
There you
Now,
go.
by Disney.
I just want to give shout outs to the
Can we get another
7,000 people
controller?
still watching.
Yeah. Fucking
shout-outs.
good.
For the Mario Party 2 donations, that's
Yes.
just amazing.
Yeah, shout outs to us raising like 2K during Mario Party.
And me whooping ass.
No, no one's like
Pulling out
guys.
the big flame.
Literally, no one likes whooping ass.
Literally blowing that 2-on-2 mini blowing up that statue.
Right,
What's
so
the craziest?
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Not like I never looked over. I just kept hitting.
I just looked at Spike Machida. I'm like, he's sucking so hard. I should have
just ran in front of the statue instead of kicking in front.
right,
but
so
I
we
was
are going to
not,
play
like,
on easy. Oh, so
I
we're
was
going to do
thrown off
time.
my game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do it.
That is definitely a highlight.
Don't forget to rotate the...
I need to tell.
We need to highlight just that game.
Oh,
yeah.
that was an Empire
And if
Strikes
not,
Back thing, wasn't it?
then just
I can't remember what,
we need to highlight bits.
Actually, I think you have to
There
hold
was a-
something
because it
when
was
you
Yeah,
It
there
was a
was.
good game.
But get rid
I'll
of
say so.
Our,
Literally the best
double
game ever.
fail
That was
platform
ridiculous.
barrels.
That was on the blue
3,
field for sure.
2,
Yeah.
1.
I don't know. I know you were like just a frame ahead of me, so I
Go.
jumped early. I
Yeah,
guess too.
see, that's what I thought.
But
you
I
were
thought I
ahead.
was safe.
I thought you were ahead, so I
pretty
jumped
good.
early.
You guys suck.
So
I don't think it matters who jumped earlier.
I'm actually playing on easy because I can't play it on normal or hard yet. Or I
I don't
can't
know.
play
I
it
just
in a
mistimed my
speedrun
jump
setting.
majorly.
But I am learning hard, so I will be a man soon. But the fastest form of movement is sliding. You can actually slide straight through those guys if you shoot them as they're coming up the ground. Oh god. Just felt its presence behind me.
You can kind of smell it.
So yeah, just a lot of sliding in this game. It's probably the easiest out of the Super Star Wars trilogy, but it's definitely not an easy game. But on easy mode, this boss is you just sit here and shoot. God damn! Put that away.
Okay.
Like on normal or hard, you actually have to aim at these things, but there's not really a consistent way to manipulate this guy to stay out of the ground longer. So we just make do. I guess a bit more interesting after this level.
We've got a $30 donation from Ingrid Graf Buckheim. Hey guys, your marathon was awesome. I hope I can help a bit with that. Sincerely, Tristan. Thank you so much, Tristan.
So now you're reading your bestseller. Jump in there.
Well, yeah. So, mode 7 in full effect.
So you'll be fully digested in like 1,000 years.
So, this level is quite random. You've got to kill 12 of these Jawas, but they spawn randomly.
So how much time can you?
Anywhere from like 30 seconds to
Whoa.
5 minutes if you're really unlucky.
So is
It's never got too bad.
Is there anything like just standing still is better? Or?
Not really. You can stand still, you can go backwards, you can spin. Nothing seems to influence them.
If I'm not mistaken, it's only one shot to kill them, right? On
Yeah,
easy.
so you can try and reduce lag by one-shotting them, but it's sometimes the lag stops you actually firing. That's the sand crawler. So I don't actually, it doesn't actually come closer by me going towards it.
Turn up
It just
the
gets
game.
bigger.
Yeah, it just gets larger. When I was initially playing this game, I didn't pay attention to the counter at the top right, and so I was just like, I keep going and it's not getting any closer, what's going on? And then I realized you had to take out the Jawas.
I think maybe doing this
That was
would help more spawn because you're keeping more of it in view. I don't know, but it doesn't seem to be working. Come on, these guys are kind of pointless. They don't hurt you, but they just sort of jump into you and die. See, where is this final guy?
Is he chasing you?
No, there he is.
Yeah,
Now I can just fly across the top.
As long as you're not too wasteful with your jet.
Yeah, I might run out of space.
Should be.
Oh no! It doesn't matter.
What matters?
There we go.
So, yeah, that's kind of weird.
So here we go.
Bless you.
Yes, this is the level that like a lot of us got stuck on when we were kids.
This is a horrible level.
Climbing this thing sucked.
Like, you fall down and have to start again. All the enemies respawn once, so on your third attempt climbing up it, you'll have less to deal with.
I will say that after playing the other games in the trilogy, this level is not so bad.
No,
Oh yeah, Empire Strikes Back was horrible.
Empire Strikes Back is a horrible game.
I think probably the biggest reason for that is this game did not have the double jump mechanic, so you just hold up to jump higher. So as a result, you did not have to make some of the ridiculous jumps that Empire Strikes Back unleashed on you.
This game didn't actually have a password system as well, which they introduced in Empire. It's just really pain. This is probably the best weapon to have at this point, just so you don't have to actually aim at the Jawas as they throw stuff at you. We'll be upgrading our weapons shortly.
Wow, you get that many shots with the Seeker? I guess that's a function on easy or.
Sorry, what?
It says you got 430. Oh no, that's
the
the time.
time.
No, okay. So do you have just unlimited
Yeah,
Seeker?
you
Yeah,
got unlimited ammo for
Oh wow,
everything.
nice.
But you don't have force powers in this one.
Wow, sliding breaks that part.
Yeah. So there is actually a blaster power up above the stage there, but it saves a little bit of time to not get it, and plus the Seeker's still useful in this one.
Oh, okay.
A bit early.
The Rapid Ion is the next upgrade to the blaster, and it's a funky weapon.
Yeah, it bounces everywhere. But unfortunately I won't actually have that for very long in this run. There we go. So I could have picked up a power up there, but I saved that for the mini boss in this level.
We've got a $5 donation from Tyler Yanni. Does anyone do Legend of Dragoon runs? I think actually people were talking about that in the other room the other night. Wanting to put together runs of less appreciated or less popular, longer RPGs. It's hard to get too many in marathons like this because they are so long and they need a lot of popularity to keep viewer counts and donation totals up. But definitely I've heard plenty of interest in particularly Legend of Dragoon runs. So again, just because you didn't see the runs here does not mean there aren't runners who do it. As you can see right here, we got someone doing Super Star Wars, which may or may not have made it into a marathon.
No. Never been in a marathon.
But just check out, like we say, those Team SDA and Team SRL pages and the Team Ludendi pages. And what was the one you were talking about, Base Boost, that you're a part of?
So this guy can't hit you.
And
right next to him.
So yeah,
That's 64
Yeah.
cents.
Yeah.
yeah, just again, like really, just check out Twitch and particularly like those
Just check out
pages.
the
You'll
episodes.
find you can
Yeah,
pretty much
you see the
find
jump.
runs of
Just
any game that you want to watch. So
Just bounce
yeah.
and see it.
Might want to link it in the chat.
So what I'm actually
what?
doing here
Am I gonna
is
link
actually a
something
trick
in
I
the chat?
discovered when I was reading.
Oh yeah, I might not
If
be
you
a
scroll
bad
the
idea.
camera up before you drop down and unscroll it there, you skip the boss, it doesn't spawn. Because you can't normally scroll the camera down there. But if you do it before you go down, it lets you, for whatever reason, get past that.
I always forget what
Now
it
this is
actually
a game I
is.
don't need to actually wait for the platforms.
That's why we did links.
I'm not totally lost.
There's no one knows.
For some reason, you sometimes get a massive jump out of that if the boss hits you. I guess, but it's the only place I can do it.
This is actually the game that's responsible for getting me to watch the Star Wars movies.
Oh wow.
Had it not been for this game, I probably might not have.
Like the older ones or the newer ones?
Oh, well, the older ones, of course. I won't tell you how old I am.
So I don't want to make any spoilers, but I think people know that Luke Skywalker gets a lightsaber in the trilogy of Star Wars. Will you be watching it, or will you be using it, or are you pretty much sticking with the
I
laser?
do use it a bit because it does a lot of damage to some bosses.
I'd like to point out how this is not a spoiler.
You say you're not going to tell me the whole thing. I'm like, you were alive when they came
Oops. This is why we can't have nice things.
Anyone wondering about Dark Souls? The problem is that right now we don't seem to have a 360 copy of the game, so it's a difficult setup. Especially since our computer we used to play PC games on is gone.
So this bit is horrible, especially if you don't have the seat there. There's still these tiny platforms and those birds trying to push you off.
The damage mechanics, they pretty much kept the same throughout all of the Star Wars games for the Super Nintendo. Just enemies push you.
Yeah.
It's just... The combination of enemies pushing you and having very small platforms is just
It's Ben Kenobi.
horrendous.
Why did you shoot me? Right, so you get the lightsaber here, but if you hold the change weapon button on the loading, it should
Instant.
Yeah, it should swap back instantly rather than having to not slide and change it. So let's fight some exploding Bamfords.
I do really wonder something about Star Wars. He has two names. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ben Kenobi. Why
Right.
is Kenobi such a normal last name that he can just change his first name?
He did. Obi-Wan is kind of like a middle name, maybe? Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No, it's just too... That's his, like, I'm hiding name.
I guess. I don't know.
Maybe it's like Smith or...
Maybe.
Maybe someone in the chat can help us.
Go to Wikipedia. So for some reason, Luke gets... Sometimes you'll see when he lands and jumps again with this gun, he fires off an extra shot for some reason. Like, it's not every time. Sometimes.
Is it faster to rush him with a lightsaber here?
It is, but you take a lot of damage, so I like to get him down to a certain point. Like, because to actually hit him and dodge his attacks is very effective.
Yeah.
So I probably could have attacked him a bit earlier.
You get the lightsaber mid-game in this one. You start with the lightsaber in the next one, so I think sort of as a consequence, they made the lightsaber do a lot more damage in the first game.
It's kind of pointless to use against regular enemies. You can't block projectiles or anything with it. You just take damage.
They added some of the mechanics like blocking in the Empire Strikes Back, but since you start with the lightsaber, they made the lightsaber do a lot less damage, and plasma is the real damage-dealing weapon in that game. Whereas here it's just okay.
Yeah, so the worst thing that can happen in these runs is that you die, and you have to go back to having the starter weapon and power back up, because that first gun is terrible.
Like a C3 video in the car with you.
Yeah, it is. The annoying thing about the speeder, you can't actually shoot stuff while you're going forward. You just shoot the floor. And if you're backing up from an enemy, you shoot too high.
So, what are you doing when you're shooting them actually?
I'm just not moving forward back. It's like if you
You
coach,
just kind of stop.
yeah, you can drift for a bit.
I kind of remember
Feature.
that. I kind of remember that ad.
They wrote it on the back of the box.
Impossible to shoot while going forward or backwards.
Please check this game. Get your parents to rent it for you.
So I think all of the Super Star Wars trilogy actually sold over 1 million. I guess based on the Star Wars license, but they're not abysmal games, but going back to them, they're not as good as you remember. I used to love this game until Mike, Uyama and PJ pointed out some of the flaws, and now it just annoys me most of the time.
I feel the exact same way. Like, I remember these games so fondly as a kid. I was just so excited when Super Empire Strikes Back came out. It was like, man, finally! Of course we couldn't beat it, but we used that code. That amazing code. The stage select code. Makes you invincible once you clip through walls.
So this is quite a risky level because to go fast you have to take this lower route, go across a load of grass, which does so much damage.
Did you slide
grass?
into the wall? Grass is strong.
Maybe. I'll get that actually. So that's a power up that actually extends your life bar without giving you any extra life. So you just have the potential for more life.
Is that temporary or permanent?
It's permanent, well, it's for the rest of the level until you die.
So if memory serves, as far as other characters go, you've got Han, who has the best sliding mechanic, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
They're all pretty similar. I haven't fully tested it, but as far as I could tell, they're almost identical.
Chewie's got a slightly higher
Yeah,
jump.
Chewie's got a higher jump and more health, and Chewie and Han both start with a better weapon, which I thought was at the end of the level.
Most of the spikes and stuff like that doesn't damage you enough to merit, going an alternate route that much.
No, but you can just get really unlucky because the stormtroopers that drop from the sky are just random. They can fall at any point.
Oh, okay.
And if you're playing on Jedi, then
Oh, yeah, you definitely can't take the lower route, really.
So is that the first level where you actually get a choice?
Yeah, now you've found Chewie for some reason.
Is Chewie slower?
He's slower to draw his gun and to start shooting. I think his slide might be a little bit slower as well. I need Tompa to look into it for me, really. Come on.
they did a really good job with this track on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that's one of the things it's known for, the sound quality. Getting lucky on these shield blocks.
Man, they are really chill at that bar.
Yeah. You're
All
shooting
the shit.
Whatever.
Let's move wisely.
I'm asking you every day.
Did you just shoot the bartender?
That's just someone was hanging out on the bar. So the reason I can't beat this game properly on hard yet is this boss. If anyone knows a proper strategy to
Gosh.
fighting him, please let me know.
He just
Like
bum
his
rushes
attacks,
you.
like, they just extend for so long. He doesn't have a tell of which one he's going to do. So on easy, you can just about brute force it, but I don't know how to fight him. I don't know if it's something I'm missing or.
I think when his arm was raised, he would always use his head. I don't know.
I'll
if
have to have a
that's
look into it.
Just a false pause in the road, so.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like for all the game,
Right.
we've got.
Another one?
Oh, sorry. go ahead.
Nah, it's just the stormtrooper sprites were completely black for some reason.
So for the over 700 titles that you can find on speed demos, you've got most of the big titles you'd say on these. This series is unrepresented.
I've got a run of this game.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, but it's the only one on there, and it's on the PAL version. It was my first speed run for the site, and it's quite old. I really want to improve it.
All of the 700 games have quite a few categories too.
Yeah.
And then Ocarina of Time has a bunch
Storm?
once they're updated.
Sure.
The outdated ones like still are kind of popular edition races though, because they're all pretty different.
So this mini boss is ridiculously easy.
What?
Sometimes he drops about 20 hearts as well. Let's see if it does.
Wow.
I only one. So running this game really hurts my left thumb. But I constantly have to have to hold like diagonal down for the whole run just to slide.
So, dude running the game. Chad has a question for you. Do you pronounce your name Poo Train or Poot Rain?
I'm in right. Excellent question.
Yes.
Who train?
Poo Train. There you are. A train
Keeps it rolling.
When we say that, do you want us to visualize an actual train made of glue?
Why
Oh,
do you
which
do
barrel?
this to me? Why do you do this to me?
It's welcome to the late night streaming AGDQ bonus stream.
Please follow him.
Isn't it early morning yet? Like, isn't this for old people now?
Post on Twitter. Please tweet us.
Tweet us on Facebook.
Like us on Facebook.
So you can't actually damage this boss until you've destroyed all of his weapons,
This,
I've
which
seen
is
this
getting
mechanic before.
dangerously.
this is why stuff.
Oh yeah, you're
So I've got to even avoid the shrapnel, which can actually damage you on this. But it should be good now. There we go. So now all he does is die and get panicked.
Oh, God!
clutch.
Now,
We got $100 from Jonas Heitman. The comment is $100 to the great bonus stream. Do you by any chance have Little Samson? Would be great to see you play it.
I saw it earlier tonight.
this level is horrible. Partly because of them. I'm probably going to play it safe at some point because I can't remember how many slides are between each pit.
Does that damage?
Yeah, the TIE fighters slightly damage you, and also they can push you off into the pit.
That's garbage.
So, really, I need to practice this game and remember how many slides are between each of these pits. 'Cause you can cancel out a slide, I found out, by shooting, but you can't just jump out of one.
It's basically kind of like a Living Mario Party where we're like yanking out controllers, pressing pauses for each other over. That's just still not as bad as that.
We got $2 from Martin Lund. Sorry, I might destroy your last name. Lunjao. I would love to see someone run Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, or 3. It needs more love.
So I'm going to pick Chewie now, just so I'll start with a better weapon and a higher jump, which is a bit safer. But the enemies, like, look at this guy. All they do is push you into pits.
Hey, mouse bots are great. They're so cute.
We like them in the other levels better. That's all we're trying to say.
Oh, not one.
Tracks did 3 and 2. He did 100% race. Yeah, if you go to speeddemosarchive.com, where again you can find like over 700 titles, you can find 100% runs or whatever the actual 100% title is from our very own Trihex, which we all know from Yoshi's Island and Jet Grind Radio.
You did a Crash Bandicoot, didn't you?
Yeah.
Even a select group.
Really?
I think that was his first run. He got he did one that got rejected, and then one trailer one that didn't.
There's quite a few more Crash Bandicoot runners now.
Yeah,
like, it's
I
always on
remember-
the Sunday Secret.
Who was the guy? Kane Apache.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, he does
Check out the stream
Crash.
of Kane Apache, who I believe is on Team SRL and maybe it's SDS.
See,
Hold on.
SDA,
Troll
yes.
element number
Yeah,
2
he's
of
on
this
SDA.
level.
Yes.
Random stormtroopers drop mid-jump to make you fall into a pit.
This level just seems like it's trying to fuck you.
No, stop there.
Uh,
See, that was my fault.
We also got $3 from Gareth Johnson. Who do you all want to direct Star Wars 7? Also, what is everyone's favorite and most hated Star Wars movie?
What was the question?
Who do you all want to direct Star Wars 7? Also, what is everyone's favorite or most hated Star Wars movie?
Very different direction. The Coen
Michael
brothers.
Bay.
Pretty much if I could
Joss
get
Whedon.
Quentin Tarantino to direct.
I'd say Steven Spielberg because he did pretty damn good with making sure that George Lucas didn't fuck everything up.
Peter Jackson.
Shout out to the movie Lincoln. Lincoln's actually really
I'd say either Steven Spielberg or El
I'm more
Toro.
a fan of Brain
Or
Dead.
Del Toro.
Yeah, Brain Dead.
One of
that's
these
what's
has
up.
a weapon power up. I might
good. How about Joss Whedon?
Yeah,
No, garbage.
Just Whedon.
As long as he
He
doesn't
already has
fight it.
Star Trek, he doesn't need Star Wars.
This is no.
Get out.
He hasn't
Get
got
out.
started.
Literally the
Ow.
worst writing I've ever.
That's
heard
J.J.
of.
Abrams.
Oh.
Dude, you're dumb.
You're
Dude.
dumb.
Did he write it?
Joe Sweden makes me hard.
Just Whedon's
So
right.
yeah, some
Get
of it's
out.
funny, but it's still
It's been like
bad.
this all night.
Nuh-uh.
Have you seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
All 7 seasons.
Buffy the Vampire
Yes.
Oh,
awesome.
sorry, Joss Whedon has the Avengers. There we go.
Yeah,
Bull, that's
and
the
he
right
wrote Toy Story.
so,
Uwe Boll. Yeah, there we
Back
go.
to the run.
back to...
You and me, we're done. We're done.
Louis Boll is literally the worst director.
I just
ever.
called
Damn
Del
it.
Toro.
I'd rather watch.
I'm
Tommy
glad they give
Wiseau
you the
movies.
height and weight of the character you're about to pick. Oh, good, he's 8 foot.
Okay.
That feels like a good.
Tommy
big
Wiseau
box.
for Star Wars 7.
Well,
I'm gonna stick with Del Toro.
you know that's all fine and good, you know, Episode 7, but then there's Super Star Wars happening right here in front of you.
What? Who directed that?
A very sadistic individual. At least with this stage.
And this is definitely the most horrible stage. Like, on my run on the site, I took this level super safe, but it can definitely be improved.
It's just, why all of the pits? Like, what?
I might have forgot the power.
You can still take the boss without it, though, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's just quicker and easier if you don't.
That's
Get
that.
the Seeker.
It's that jumping thing with a claw arm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Here we go. The boss.
Yeah.
So you've got to wait for him to open up before he takes damage. Well, that did hardly anything.
Is this what the Imperial defense? Oh,
I like how you're just basically giving him like archaeology exam right now.
Oh! I really don't want to have to do this one again, so I'm probably going to have to start shooting his bullets. I don't think I can shoot the bullets with this gun. Or dodge them. But they seem to despawn if he stays there, so that's good.
New strats, finding.
Oh no!
The fan is blowing my hair in my eyes.
Oh no.
No, Chewie!
You should get it killed or something if it's getting in your eyes.
Yeah, bro.
So I was hoping to do this deathless. But I just need to make sure I remember to pick up the...
We got $1 from Jordan Shimkowicz. Spike, I have a crush on you. Can you show us a little skin? Heart.
How much to wear this?
How much to wear that? I need $500
$500
to wear that.
Dude, 500 is going to take us over $25, so...
This will be the mistletoe.
So now I've got the Seeker, this
That'll
boss
be
should be a
the
problem.
missile.
It does more damage, and I think it destroys his weapons as well as they fire.
This level looks terrible.
It is terrible.
It's. Yeah.
Is this the only level in the Death Star?
No, there's 2 more. But they're not as bad. One of them is pretty much the equivalent of this, actually, except it's vertical instead of horizontal.
And fewer pits.
Yeah, it's just one big pit that you're climbing up.
There's maybe like 3 or 4 levels difference.
Yeah.
They were wondering how much longer they have before 25 kill.
Oh, you going to bed after this? Yeah, can you run Ocarina of Time now? Like, can you run Ocarina of Time now?
I could, yeah. I know, like, pretty much every category except for
100%?
100%, yeah. And the dumb ones.
Well, do you not? I mean, I guess we can just go find them. That'd be a good way to like
Yeah,
maybe plug.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So,
can do that.
So, unfortunately, I had to play that one quite safe because I didn't have a gun.
At least he's right.
Yours doesn't count.
What's up?
It's a best card.
Yeah, this is actually a really cool way.
So this has got lots more enemies that push you around. It would be cool if we could manipulate them to push you through the level, but all of these are instant death if you get caught in
If
them.
you run into a copy of Dark Souls, take it with you.
Dude, where do you have all your stuff?
In my room.
Oh, okay. I'll send you this.
white contrail.
Yep. See, here's a weird enemy that you see like at this point in the game and only in this part of the game, like on that ledge. Oh god.
That's the only one that you argue.
There's another one, but I think they're the only two.
Gotta keep with the movie.
Yeah, I think you see one of them. The only place you see one of them in the films is in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. It's not even in the palace. It's like a silhouette of one in the background and the entrance. So
It's much
there for you.
Oh god, that's cold. That sounds cold.
A lot of these little platforms are cycle-based. It'll
Yeah, they're pretty much like, I think it's just a universal time of everyone.
You'll be seeing a lot more of them in the next stage.
Oh, God. See, the thing is, I normally run this without dying, or I try to. So I know there's a power up underneath one of these crushes, but I can't remember which. And I'm pretty sure I've missed. There's one right at the start of the level as well. So again, just wait for it to open. Just tank damage because it's not easy. Ooh. That's gonna make that go faster.
I hate this guy.
See, a TAS of this should really manipulate drops so you get shields and a thermal detonator before like every boss. But there was one that came out which is good, but it's definitely not very optimized. But it did inspire me to like, start playing this game again.
I like how you use the phrase inspire.
Yeah. So here we go.
Nice.
I don't think that actually saves time because it just means you have to wait for another platform later, longer, further up the tower.
But it looks cool.
Yeah. So, fun fact, in this game at least, if you press select, your character will sometimes look at the screen and Chewie will growl as well. So you... Oh! See, I think this is the one where I have to wait an extra cycle.
This is the last side-scrolling level.
Then we get to mode 7 goodness.
We got $45.02 from Adam Gale. He says, I said we got $45.02 from Adam Gale.
I heard 45,000.
Yeah, right.
From Bill Gates.
Give us the biggest play.
I love Super Star Wars. Take off my money.
And he says, don't make me do this myself. Kiss 502.
Yeah, Chewie doesn't really have a jump animation. He's got a jump sprite. Doesn't matter if you do a little jump or a big jump.
He just
Just a giant Wookiee.
puts one knee up.
Doesn't need to aim
Up
if
high.
he's shooting up. I think if you scroll the camera down... Oh no, it's the other way around. You can despawn these guys. But if you've got the powered up, the plasma here, just line yourself up. The actual shots are wide enough to cancel out his shots, so you just stand here. Just gotta wait. I think actually I think if I scroll the camera as well, the camera thing
Is it a faster than you select everyone's?
I don't actually know.
Unless you want
I'm
mine.
not sure if you can even see it, but I don't know. I just picked Chewie for this one because it was
the jump high, yeah.
Wizard got $3 from Dennis Ackerland. He says, just wanted to say thanks for a great event. To the people there, if you could have any speedrun record, which game would it be? Dennis from Sweden. I would say the two games I have now.
I don't really personally care about like just having a record per se, but I know a lot of people who are at SM64 and Ocarina of Time do, so one of those, and I just talk about how the games are bad and poop all over them.
There's not much tactics to this level because you can't really see what's coming. You can't steer shit that much. Like I'm at my limit there. Just sort of mash, aim when stuff appears. I don't know if I could be good at any game. I'd probably pick something like Half-Life 2. I really like those runs.
Spike machine?
I was actually trying to think about that question. I sort of feel similar to Niglaria in that I'm not.
Be a dick.
Oh no, just like I speedrun not necessarily just for records. I mean, records are fun to get, but like the art of just like in the back room, just watching Niglaria teaching Foot Big Mike how, over and over again how to just pull off this one trick in Sonic, And I was working on Donkey Kong Country in the corner in Tampa, who you guys might have watched race TJP earlier this week, having him teach me all these little things about it, And Sinister One said in his closing speech last night, he talked about how just because you see him as having the record, there's a lot of people that go into the process of making that game, making that run what it is. So yeah, I mean, that being said, the games I'd probably want to hold a record in are actually the ones that I run frequently, that I just feel like I've put a lot of time into. Like I know there are games out there that are really, really popular, like the Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, like Larry was saying, but I haven't wanted to invest the time into it that other people have. So I guess I would just like the record to be in whatever I personally am putting a lot of time into, a lot of hard work into. So maybe a game like Rhythm. Those are instant death, or
I didn't think they were, but I guess they are. I don't really remember hitting one.
You don't make a
past.
career of flying into them to find out.
Yeah, you normally fly towards them to shoot them.
right.
But this is going pretty bad.
You got one, Mr. K?
So I kind of enjoy the process of routing a game. I wish I could mash the B button at like 18 times a second so I could be competitive at Contra and Super C.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know, it would be nice to be able to be competitive or at least get a run done for Mother 3.
Oh, really?
I would love for there to be a run of that game.
It's a great game.
I go on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. I do completionist, pacifist runs of everything.
Oh yeah, pacifist.
Not just pacifist runs, but like I'll go through New Vegas and get the endings that I want with being a pacifist.
Yeah.
Good ending.
Just kill yourself.
And then there's Assassin's Creed where I just stab everything with them, so you need to do that occasionally.
So,
Can you
trench
in the
run.
chat
Final
can
one.
you hear me?
No.
So the tactic, the strat for this level is shoot the bullets.
probably
not
can.
TIE fighters.
We
You
got-
can shoot the ties to someone shooting. But
We got $3.50 by Ralph Markham. He says, "We all know the kiss is going down off camera later, so here's hoping to mix it on stream. Have tree fitty."
so you can see the numbers counting down in the centre of my cockpit. Once I get to, I think it's 3,000, Darth Vader's TIE fighter appears. So to kill that, and then once it gets to 0, it's fire around photon torpedoes.
This is a lot more TIE Fighters than I remember there being in the movie.
Yeah. But, so they just do that. They give you ammo. I've only
Well, I
got
think
10 of
they
them,
have
so
red
you
and
can
yellow.
just use them all up before you can do anything with them if you don't know what you're doing. So you can just screw yourself over if you mess about. Which I did when I was recording for this originally.
Oh,
I had
really?
like an amazing run. And just fired
Just
off
happened.
torpedoes too early.
You pretty much mash him out.
Yeah, you just got to make sure
Watch out.
everybody of his bullets don't hit you. So it's not quite once it hits 0. There we go. Time.
3803.
So fantastic. I had several deaths.
It was really that one level.
Yeah, and then 2 deaths in that last flame one.
Yeah. Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million.
Yeah, so I want to improve my run on sight on the NTSC version and also learn it on hard. So if you know how to do that Cantina boss, let me know. Because that thing is horrible.
Well, you know, it seems like just the hour to explain what NTSC and PAL are.
PAL is dumb.
So, PAL, like back in 80s and 90s, I guess, all British and European TVs and Australian, I think,